Is everything broken, or am I actually going to be able to record this time? It looks like I'm able to record. Alright, so this, I figured I might do this once a month, go away, where I go over the status of Pixel Party's end of the year tournament, which is the big end of the year tournament. The championship tournament right now, mid-year champs are going on. It is August, mid-August, about 4 months from now, maybe just a little bit over. Regular champs will begin, and there's quite a bit to discuss. The way that the tournament for the end of the year is going to go is, first off, it's based on this, the 2025 rankings, which basically takes into account your performances across 7 tournaments, 5 majors, which are only on Addison's servers, and then 2 minors, which are on tournaments like, I don't know, Union K's server, Pixel Party League. But even that may not be possible because you need at least like 20 players to be in the tournament for it to count. There are also things like really big weeklies or the top 3 tournaments. There's going to be 4 of them held throughout the year in March, July, I believe September, and then December, where up to two, like I'll explain that as well. Currently, going back here, I guess I'll start with the rankings themselves. Where is it? Where is it? I'm looking like a fool. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'm looking. I still can't find it. I'm already there. I'm literally already there. This is what it looks like right now, as of July. I am somehow in first. I've stayed in first place throughout the whole year, pretty much because I started off really strong, but this is where everyone else is. And these rankings will determine your seed as well as whether or not you'll actually make the playoffs. There are other ways to automatically qualify. Hang on, you have last year's championship tournament, like us four, or no, us, this four, GVAP as well. Everyone up here has already qualified for their respective category. Dopa, for example, is qualified for both champs already. Hacking is qualified for both champs already. Kai and me are in hyper champs already. Addison is in normal champs. GVAP in normal champs. Uh, there's going to be a normal and a hyper mode. But who qualifies for what is still largely to be determined. And this is a list of everyone who has already qualified for either mode. And you will see right off the bat that these numbers or these names are different. There are more normal qualifiers than there are hyper qualifiers, and that is because of the top 3 tournament format. So there are top 3 tournaments that are held throughout the year in March, July, that kind of thing. But just because you place in the because you have to place in the top two. You have to place in the top two. If you do not place in the top two in that tournament, you will not qualify. But it's no longer because last year it was the top 2 players that haven't already qualified. So carrying that logic over, if you finished in 4th place and first and second had already qualified, you would get in. But now that is not the case anymore. You have to qualify. You have to place in the top 2 in order to qualify. And Hyper, I think part of this is my fault. Part of this is my fault because in the most recent top 3 tournament, I actually won it. So Koi was the only one to qualify, whereas in the July normal top 3 tournament, CJ and Bacon placed in the top 2. So both of them, because they weren't already qualified. Now, what that means, in fact, for normal mode, that's where this comes into play. Um, I need to think about how to describe this. So altogether, there are 19 total spots for qualifications, like where you don't need to do anything except place well in this specific tournament in order to qualify. There are 19 spots. That's what this is. There are 19 spots where it is not based on this. There is last year's championship tournament, the top 3 tournaments where there's 4 throughout the year, and the top 2 go. So that's 8 spots. Last year's champ is 4. There are qualifier tournaments where the top 4, assuming they actually make top 4, can go. So that's another 4, and then there's mid-year champs, which is going on right now, where the top 3 do it, but you have to place in the top 3. Altogether, that means there are up to 19 spots. In normal mode, all 19 spots are still technically available. However, in hyper champs, there are not. There are going to be, I believe the logic means there will be only 17, a maximum of 17 spots, meaning that there will be more rankings seeds that will be open and available to fill in the remaining holes. And as you can see down here, I factored that in. So there are currently 5 rankings point players that are able to make it in. Like, this is worst case scenario. These 5 players, based on their current ratings, will make it in. I have not qualified for normal mode, so I will make it in. Owen, Kai, Uninke, Z Fork, I don't know how to pronounce his name. None of these players have qualified for normal mode, but in the absolute worst case scenario, assuming that the ratings continue to stay exactly as they are now, these 5 players will make it in. And hyper mode is the same thing. Owen, Maple, CJ, Uninke, Addison, Z4, Ku. These are the top 7 players currently in the ratings that have not secured a playoff spot. This list will change throughout the year as the ratings change, but if the season ended today, if the year ended today, these 7 people would get the remaining spots, assuming the absolute worst case happened. Because in all likelihood, it is not just going to be these 7 players. There are going to be some repeat players that may place top 3 in Hyper Champs, top 4 in the qualifiers, top 2 in the top 3 tournaments. So this list will probably greatly expand, if I had to guess. But yeah. And obviously, this is the top 8 current players based on their ratings, and this shows who is a lock for top 8. Nobody currently is a lock for top 8. If the season ended today, obviously this is what the top 8 would look like. But for example, if we go back over here, this is a list of players who right now have the ability to possess me. To possess me? What? What I meant to say was pass me. They have the ability to pass me. And that is because of last year's championships. Dopa, he won normal, got 3rd in hyper. Hacking got 2nd and 4th. Kai got 2nd. And this is their maximum score potential. As you can see, I am one of the 2 people that can currently get a maximum of 700 points before the end of the year comes. However, this number can change. This is a list of people who currently have the ability to pass me, because I have 655 total points right now. And this is a list of people in the blue who are in mid-year champs, but also have the ability to pass me based on how they perform. Like, not all of these people after mid-year champs will be able to do it. I'm kind of hoping for like Raywad and Sander to do really well in these, because I don't know if they're really gonna, participate in stuff. But like Maple, for example, because of mid-year champs, he placed 4th in one of them and has the potential to go much further. So his ceiling going into mid-year champs was 620, but now it's 640. And if he wins, that number will go up to 700. And we don't want that, because like Owen and Maple are right on my heels for these rankings. So I want them to lose as quickly as possible. I don't know if that's gonna happen. We'll see if it does. I think it's not going to. Um, but the way that the end of the year champs happens, we're gonna segue over to that. The way that the end of the year tournament goes, there are three total rounds. The first round is a single elimination, where it's just see 9 versus 24, 10 versus 23, 11 versus 22, etc., etc., etc. And the winners of each of those matches will automatically go onto round 2. And remember, the way that that all the seedings will go, the seedings don't automatically mean that you are in the playoffs. Like, I don't know, you can technically get top 10 in ratings and still, or maybe like top 15 in ratings and still technically have a chance to miss the playoffs, even though the top 24, there are 24 spots open. So it's just it can be like that, and this is what the current top 8 looks like. So if it ended, all of these players would probably make it into the top 8. Like even if the absolute worst case happened, maybe like Uninke and Stygian technically don't have a chance, may miss the playoffs if they make champs or if they get like the ratings like this. But if all of these people made the playoffs, they would make top 8, meaning they would get a first round bye. I am really looking to get a first round bye, and currently, nobody on this list has that. I'm getting ridiculously close to that. I am in grand finals of the 2v2 ranked tournament. Um, so, yeah. And if I win that, I will finish with 680 points, and I will officially lock up a first round bye. It is also possible, based on how mid-year champs go, that I could also secure a spot. These are the people that have already have the ability to pass me outside of mid-year champs, and this is the people that have the ability to pass me because of mid-year champs, or at least not yet. I'm hoping for this number to go down. Currently, there are a total of 10. If we can get that number down to 7, then we've got a really good shot. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that needs to be talked about. This will be added later. This is basically going to be like once all of the playoff spots have been like determined. It's just a matter of, hey, are you going to participate in the championship tournament? Are you going to participate in the championship tournament? And there are probably going to be a few people that will say no to this. So at the end of the year, I will also add a list of people that, like, if they didn't make it already, this is the person that would be next up on that list. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There are a couple of tournaments going on right now. There's like 5 majors altogether. But honestly, the only ones that I care about right now are the championship tournaments, because that is quite literally the only way that people can pass me anymore, because getting first in ranked only gives you a multiplier of 1.5. So if Owen just gets eliminated in champs in the next possible opportunities, I think Hyper is the only one that he has a chance at left, then he will not be able to pass me, and that number will go down. Will I finish the year with, the number 1 seed? Probably not. I think Maple and, like, Hacking have a really good shot at doing it. Like, his ceiling is 680 currently. Uh, if I win the 2v2, then I'll have a ceiling of 680, and it'll come down to Elo at that point, which, ironically enough, I think I have an edge. But yeah, Tide will be tie broken by Elo. So yeah, we will see how this goes as everything proceeds forward. That's really all I have. That's all I got. So yeah, I'll probably make another video on this once the August ratings are done. I don't know. Maybe I'll do this once a year. Once a year. Maybe I'll do this Maybe I'll do this once a month, see how it goes. But yeah, that's about it. I am extremely tired. That match today, I won against Raywad and Owen in the 2v2. That was tough. So yeah.